Hi friends, welcome to CCV Knowledge Hub. So in this session, I will explain Salesforce Apex development. So mainly we will see in this session primitive data types. So what are the primitive data types, how many types are present, what are the supportive data types for the Apex programming language. All this information we are going to see. So first of all, what is data type? So data type will specify mainly the following things. So how much memory for a given variable and what type of data you can store in a data type and what is the range of the data and from what range to what number you can save it. So that is the range we can store in the variable. And primitive will create by compiler and non-primitive will create by the user. So let's see what are the types of data types available in Salesforce Apex programming. So let's see first one, primitive data types like integer, float, all these things we can call it as primitive data type. The second one is collections, list, set, map. So this comes under collections. And third one is a Sobject. For example, here already Salesforce given some standard objects. So all these things comes under S objects like accounts, contact, customer, right? So customer underscore underscore C. If you create any custom object, that comes under S objects. And the next one is objects created for Salesforce defined Apex classes. And next one is objects created for user defined Apex classes like classes, interfaces. So that kind of information will comes under this category. And the next one is enums. Let's see what are primitive data types supported in Apex programming language. So first one is Blob. So it is a collection of binary data under one object. So it is used to store encrypted data or PDF, documents, images. The default value is null. And the second data type is Boolean. So it will store true or false. So the default value is null. So Boolean is active equal to true. So that means here we can say true or false. Right. Let's move to next type of data types. First one is in this date. So this will store the instance of the date in the calendar. So if you want to know today's date, system.today we can refer. And if you want to refer the particular date, so there are the different formats available. So YY MMDD, year, month, date format. Example is this one. And the default value of this value is null. And the next one is date time. This will store instance of date along with the time. And the current time is referred as system.now. So this will show complete minutes, hours, minutes, seconds, all this information. So if you want to refer the particular instance or date and time, so we can use this function. So date time dot new instance of, so year, month, date, hours, right, minutes, seconds. So the default value of this date time is null. And the next one is time. This will store instance of a particular time. So here if you want to know the particular time, so time dot new instance of hours, minutes, seconds, milliseconds. So all this information we will use, these type of data types we will use to find the time and all, right? Let's move to the next data types. Next one is integer. So integer, it is a 32-bit number. It is used to store numerical values without decimal points. So this is the maximum values we can store in the integer. So the default value of this integer is null. If you don't assign any value, so it will take null. And the next one is long. So it is a 64-bit number. it is used to store the numerical value without decimal points. The maximum range we can store is this range, right? And the default value is null. Next one is a decimal. So it is a 32-bit number. It is used to store the numerical value with or without a decimal point. By default, currency fields stored in the decimal values. Here we can define the precision numbers also. And the default value of this decimal is null. So let's move to next type of data types. Next one is a double. So it is a 64-bit number, and it is used to store the numerical value with or without decimal points. So the default value is null, and the example is double. D is my variable, and the number what I'm saving 4.34159. Right? So this is the precision number. And the next data type is a string. So it is a collection of characters surrounded by single quotes, and the default value is null. So string is a collection of characters. After writing the any word or anything, so just we'll give the single quotes and we will assign to the variable. And the last one is very important in Salesforce ID. It will store any valid 18 characters record ID. So any record if you take here 18 characters will be there. So that ID, if you want to find one particular ID, so 18 characters will be there in that. And it's created by the Salesforce by default. So this is also one of the primitive data type. And the next last one is object. This will store. So object will store any type of data that is supported by Salesforce. So the default value is null, and all Apex data types inherit from the object. So here if you see this example, object obj equal to 10, and we are converting to the integer. So how you are going to convert here? Integer I equal to integer of obj. So object you are going to convert into integer. System.asset equals to 10 comma I. So this will print the I. So you are going to convert the object into integer. So as I told, all Apex data types inherit from the object. So these are the different primitive data types, friends. In the next sessions I will explain, as I told in my second slide. Alright, so here if you see primitive data type, just now we gone through, and we have collections, list, set, map, and a subject, and objects created for the Salesforce defined Apex classes, objects created for user defined Apex classes, and enums. So we'll see coming videos all this information, right? If you like this information, please subscribe CCV Knowledge Hub YouTube channel for more information. Thank you so much.